What's going on, YouTube and y'all squad? This is your boy Yocrates. This is your review for The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 17. I'ma say, obviously, this thing did not get lively until the very end. A lot of truths were spoken and revealed, and Cal is actually finna show up to work and actually do some work rather than play producer, which I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait for Kathy to activate. I know, cause look, I'm just trying to figure out, like, did Kathy really say something that was homophobic, xenophobic, racist, or whatever? Like, did she really say so? Is that just put on? I don't know. We gonna find out. But anyway, we pick up the next day. You have Cal and Lisa talking. Renna says Diana was out of control, but but given everything that happened, it comes out as race, so you realize that she was out of control. But again, here you are trying to justify and cape for her. Again, they are disgusting to me. Erica Jones Cal says, on one hand, or better yet, one on one, she gets Sutton. Like when it's just a one on one, she gets her. When she's in a group, it's like she doesn't understand it. And Erica's like, yeah, I feel the same way. But she's in a group, it's like a complete 180, but one on one, I get it. I'm like, okay. But again, here we are creating narratives and pushing narratives. Stuff like this I don't like, and that's only because I've had to deal with, people creating false narratives. I mean, those are words, but false narratives about me and perpetuating it and pushing it in an attempt to control me or silence me. I know how that feels. So when I see it really is sickening, and it really does, it I don't know. I just don't feel good about it, obviously. Um, and then Kyle has the audacity to call Sutton a mean girl. I'm like, pot meat kettle. But anyway, Um, we find out that Dorit stayed at Diana's hotel because she didn't feel safe. Now, Kyle says in her confessional, I just think that she prefers the hotel life. I think that's it. But also, who does she really have that, she can jail with in the other house? Honestly, no one. So, yeah. So Erica, Son, Garcelle, and Sheree, they go snowmobiling. Kyle, Crystal, Dorit, Lisa, and Diana go skiing, and Kathy stays sleeping. Leave Kathy the hell alone. Let her sleep. Diana claims she has been trying to be civilized for a while, but hey, last night just happened, and this is them en route to go skiing. Also, you have them actually at the ski place. Mauricio walks up, and between him and Kyle, hi, honey. And then Dorit says to Mauricio, hi, honey. Mm-hmm. But y'all want us to believe that y'all ain't got a thing going on. Okay, all right. Whatever y'all say. Let's see. And we also find out that Dorit hasn't skied in 20 years. We don't care. Now, with the other girl snowmobiling, Sutton says she's not going to apologize again, and Garcelle is looking at her like, and you shouldn't. Plus, all you can do is apologize. You can't make the other person receive it, right? And Erica says, there's something about her apologies where it's coming off as being insincere, or it's not coming off as being genuine. Okay. I mean, that's her perception. That's probably, echoing how the other women feel. So, okay. And I mean, when I say the other women, I'm talking about Cal. No, that I keep doing that South Park. Kyle. Dorit. Who else is in this Fox? Whatever. Erica. Isn't there another one? Hell, I don't care. Anyway, moving on. Let me see. So she shares, she gets into it on social media with people, and she pretty much just has to own what comes out of her mouth. Which it was kind of interesting that she said that, because it's like it kind of really didn't add to the story, but whatever. And Sutton says when it comes to dinner, she's going to sit far away from Diana. She said, hell, I'll sit next to Erica. And then she said to her, like, I like you, but I can't stand you. And I mean, I get it, but I still need for her to stop trying to sit here and fight for this friendship with Erica when she knows that she's never going to get it. And the only way that she's going to get it is if she pretty much becomes submissive and just, y'all get what I'm not going down there. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so we have Crystal and Garcelle, kind of talking about the snowmobiling thing, and she says, her and Erica, they are getting along. Then the earring conversation comes up, and they say like this situation is everywhere, and she kind of feels that if she brings it up, or more or less what she said on the show, it could mess things up between them since they are currently in a good place. So they're at dinner. Erica is talking about all the stuff she has, and it comes off as very tasteless. And Garcelle asks her about the earrings because she actually has the earrings with her, not on her currently, but with her in Aspen. And Erica says, if it's said that she should give them up, then she will. And Garcelle says giving them up isn't saying I'm guilty. It's saying I have compassion. Garcelle feels, now knowing how Erica feels about this situation, that she doesn't feel or owe her, letting her know, hey, this was discussed on the real and it'll be coming out soon. Cool. Cal then tries to embarrass Kathy. Now, Kathy, I don't know if it was a gross, a fabric grocery bag, or if it was like a tote or something, but she's trying to shame her in front of Diana, saying, oh, look at my sister's purse. And this is one of those where, so you did all that crying at the reunion about how fractured and strained your relationship is with your sister, but here you are trying to sit here and embarrass your sister. Baby, when I tell you, I want Kathy to just give it to Kyle one good time. Just light her up. Just put it all out there. Because my thing is, if you hell bent on embarrassing me, baby, I'm gonna embarrass you with some real okay. Anyway, so we're back at the rental. Lisa is sharing edibles with the girls. Not all of the girls, but some of the girls, which she probably should have brought that out first thing. And that would have gave us a very mellow evening. But we here for the turnip, so let's talk about it. Kathy does a blatant product placement. And the girls are, being rude, not listening to her. And the girls that she was pitching this to was Lisa, Erica, Kyle, Sheree. I believe Sutton was there too. But the thing is, with the majority of that group, Lisa, Erica, Kyle, like that. And the thing is, again, Kyle, this is your sister. Now, yeah, she, told them about this tequila a month ago. But how many times we've had to hear about Dorit in this break-in? And again, I'm not comparing apples to oranges, but this happens a lot. If somebody's sharing something, let them share it. If you don't feel that it's important, why don't you just say to her, like, Kathy, I already heard this. I don't care that much. Or I'm going to just walk away and let you keep talking. But to sit here and laugh in her face and cut her off and all this other stuff, very insulting. And again, with it being Kyle, this is your sister. Again, the same person you did all this crying about at the reunion. And now it's like you're just hell bent on taking her down, which I understand why she's doing it, because her sister is siding with people that she don't like, i.e. Garcelle and Sutton. So, but my thing is, but you really finna sit here and take your sister down over this? And Paris been on social media caping for her mom and, sticking it to Kyle, showing pictures of, her mama with Garcelle and them, saying these are her favorites and whatnot. Go ahead, Paris. Let me see. So you have Garcelle, Crystal, Dorit, and Diana talking about the earring combo. Now, Garcelle is speaking very low about it, okay, which threw me, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. And that Erica wanted to go through the legal process. And then Garcelle then calls over Erica because she's like, because I don't want to talk behind your back, even though you were just doing it, because if you didn't care, you would have just spoke regularly instead of whispering. Okay, Garcelle said, I need you to stand in your stuff now. So Diana says in her confessional, and this is in reference to Garcelle, if you care that much about the victims, put your money where your mouth is. And it's like, one, why didn't you say that to Garcelle's face? One. But two, with that, I'm pretty sure people would donate. But if even if I had the funds, I want to wait until this thing play out completely in court before doing anything, because I would hate to sit here and donate and then let Erica's legal team says, well, since his money is being given, that should be quote unquote taken away from whatever settlement or what, however this thing goes. Hell no, I'm not gonna do that. And okay, I'm not gonna get my blood pressure worked up over this. Um, Erica says she will not do anything that is not required of her under the law. Understandable. Crystal asks if she thinks there is a story that is right versus the law. Erica says the law is precedent. Crystal says she would just give it up. One thing I now before I continue on with this, all Erica had to say is this is playing out in court. I'm gonna do what the courts tell me to do and let people say what they're gonna say. But she could have just not responded and just left it there. But Erica is truly in defense mode, so this is what we're getting, right? Let's keep going. So Erica asks, why are you I'm sorry. No, so Erica asked her, okay, because Crystal just said, I will give him back. And she was like, why? So you could look good? Garcelle says she feels compassion for people. Erica says, you don't think I have compassion? Garcelle says you do, but you probably don't want it to come off as you're guilty. And here's the whole thing. Had Erica could have played this completely different. Like when everything came out, obviously there's a reason why she did not immediately go against her husband, because last that I checked, they're still married. Because she's not trying to divorce him, because then she gonna have to end up paying him because she got more money than him, nevertheless, and he's disbarred and all the other stuff. But she didn't go against him. I think we all know why. But had she came out, spoke out against him, saying, "Oh my gosh, I feel sorry. I did not know any of this was going on. I'm going to do whatever I can to sit here and help." And had she came from that perspective, no one will be coming at her. But because she has been standing her ground the way that she has, and because she never really came out against Tom, yeah, nope, nope, nope. That's why you're not doing it. But anyway, Crystal says it's about trying to make people whole. Erica says there is a place for that, and that is the court of law, not in the court of public opinion. Do you do you care because someone is telling you to care? Now, I will give it to Crystal. Excuse me. Though she ain't, getting bucked with Erica, she is at least standing her ground, which I am completely shocked because I really thought that she would have broke down and started crying and stuff. But Crystal says, I I care because that's how I feel. Let's get real. I'm like, oh, a little bit of a two there. And then Erica said, let's get real. You don't care about the facts. Crystal says there are dead people whose money was stolen from them. Erica says, no, there's not. Where are your sources? Cite them. And she getting real snappy and jazzy. She says it's civil, not criminal. I'm not saying I don't feel bad for the potential victims. And Garcelle's like, potential victims? Oh, okay. And then Erica says, we're not talking about people who you don't know. We're talking about people that are in front of you. And that's me. I was like, oh, all right. And she says, just because someone says something doesn't make it true. And if I was Crystal, I would have replied, so that the same can go for you. So everything you saying might not be true. See, I'm just saying, you two words against him. So Kyle says, to Renna, Sutton, and Sheree, it's not cool what Erica is saying. Now, I felt the way initially. I'm just like, so you just gonna sit there and say that under your breath? Now, I'm letting y'all know this how I felt because I had to eat those words shortly after. Crystal says all she thinks about are the victims. Erica says she doesn't care about anyone but her. It is at this point that Cal perks up and says, it's not just about the law. There are people involved. Erica says the question is, were they frauded by Girardi Keys, which I'm assuming is the law firm, or Erica? She says the supposed money being stolen is in litigation. Now, I want to pause right here to say I think the reason that Kyle is speaking up because there is some type of allegiance there, but it has been rumored or alleged, y'all, because again, Because there is this court case and all this other stuff out, and apparently one of the houses that either Callum Mauricio either bought or sold, that was done through Erica and Tom. So this is one of those where there's probably some shady dealings going on there, and she's trying to protect her because in protecting Erica, she's protecting herself. And we gonna see somebody else that also tried to do the same exact thing. Again, I swear, I feel like Erica, Dorit, Kyle, and Lisa. Those were the four that I was trying to say earlier. I believe they all are financially in cahoots with each other, which is why they are so invested in her and trying to defend her. Because again, if Erica goes down, they go down. This is what I feel. Okay, I'm not saying that this is true. This is how I feel. Okay, all right. So, okay, I'm on my last page. All right, I'm almost done with this. So, Kyle says, in the meantime, let's have sensitivity to the victims. Erica tells Kyle, the only person you, and she said you like that, should be worried about is me. I was like, well, hot diggity damn. Okay, well, Erica said, I'm going to put my punani on the table and let you know what it is. I'm like, all right. Kyle says, I know you are in defense mode, but it can't be all about you. Now, this is Kyle trying to protect her and save her from herself. Which, I mean, again, I don't know if this is Kyle being a friend or, again, trying to protect Erica. Because, like I said, if Erica goes down, I believe that she's connected to her in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and she's probably going to go down too. So, Dorit tells Erica, okay, take a deep breath. Erica says, I will not. Why am I catching the sins of someone I divorced again? And that, because she said divorce now, but then she says, something else different. Again, she can't keep what her marital status is correct. But anyway, Garcelle asked her, like, pretty much like, just give up the earrings. Like, it's one of those, like, that will help. That won't solve all your problems, but it will help. And Dorit says to Erica, what did I write here? The headlines say you refuse to give up the earrings. Now this gets Erica in her bad because now you're coming to me with headlines. And Erica says she offered and is cataloged. I don't really know exactly what that means, but okay. And then Kyle says to Erica to show compassion for the family of the deceased. Erica wants to know, why would I have compassion for those that dogged me? And again, the only reason they dogged you is rather than immediately coming out and, going against your husband and saying you didn't know and all this other stuff and I wouldn't have instead of you doing all of that, you stood by him for the most part. You tried to, behind the court's back, sell off a lot of your stuff, and you try to do a whole lot of other things rather than show any type of sympathy. So, no, they're not going to have any sympathy or compassion for you. Obviously not. Kyle says to Erica, don't say that because I can't defend that. And then she says she's trying to help her become Erica, the victim. And I'm like, ooh, now this is truth coming out. And I think this is partially the edible, and I think it's probably the edible and, the liqueur. And Erica says she's not a victim. She's a wife that has been left in ruins. So you were divorced just a few seconds ago. Now you're a wife. All right. Lisa says to Dorit, they need to get Erica out now. Again, the only reason you're trying to get her out is probably because you have some, I believe, I'm not saying this is fact, I believe that Lisa also has some shady dealings with Erica. So let me sit here and try to save her from herself. And she pretty much rallies a group of the girls and said, let's get her back to Kyle's place. And as they're trying to do this, Erica says she won't cave because people say that she should fit away. And the people that are left at the rental is Kyle, Garcelle, Crystal, Sutton, Cherie, and Kathy. The rest of them go to Kyle's place. And what was so interesting is, when I tell you, I hollered what's up, was like, she was looking forward to a game of shuffleboard. And Garcelle was like, no. But it was just so funny because it was like, I was looking forward to this. She broke up the scene, but I was so here for it. But yeah, that's it for this episode. And in next week's episode, I'm going to feel bad for Kathy because in this episode she tried to get the girls to taste her tequila, but none of them wanted to. I think the only person that I felt had a legit reasoning was Sutton because she was like, I only drink vodka. But again, it's one of those where you could have took one for the team. But again, I understand it because hell, I don't drink Honey Jack, nor do I drink what is it, Fireball. So I can understand not doing it, but I try to do what I can to support. I try. But when they're at a bar or restaurant or whatever, and you have Lisa saying that she wanted this particular brand tequila because a certain celebrity she knows, it's her brand, and it's saying it's loud enough and for Kathy to hear because again, this is the Kathy takedown. Kathy is very upset about it. And her thing is that not only is this happening, but the fact that it's happening, my sister hears it, and my sister isn't saying anything. Oh, Kathy feels away. But that's it. We'll talk about that next week. I didn't talk to y'all off enough. So with that being said, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you all more than likely Saturday morning. Excuse me, for Bell Collector. All right, y'all. Peace out.